Alright guys, welcome back to another market update video, and today we will talk about uh, our markets, the indices basically. So let's start with Nifty. We'll look at the global indices later on. Let's start with Nifty, and let's start with what we discussed in the last video. So in the last video I was talking about this high right here. Alright, I was talking about breaking through this high and how the breakout can fail. Alright, and how the breakout can fail. Why? Because we are already up a lot from the up move, which started from the lows, right? So a breakout here doesn't mean that the Nifty will immediately break out, or uh, it will keep floating upwards like it happened in earlier breakouts in this uptrend, right? So we talked about how this breakout can fail, and then what happened. Let's look on the lower time frames. So if you see this base, this is the base which we talked about, this bigger base here, and we also discussed this base here as well. So the chart has developed beautifully, and yet again we have seen that Nifty respects the previous base. All right, so last time we saw this area when Nifty held the previous base, and this time Nifty is holding this base right here, and it went up. After that, what happened? It turned around, and now it's starting to push through this area, same area again. So this is how you can uh, look for levels in Nifty. You see this level right here. First attempt was clearly on the upside. Second attempt, there was another bounce back here, and now it's starting to push back again. So this level on Nifty spot chart, which is 18650, all right. So the 18650 level on the spot chart is of utmost importance here, all right. If this 18650 starts to go, we will see some sort of a move, uh, easily a 100-point move. Maybe we can also see a 200, 300-point move towards the downside. Now, I'd also talked about Bank Nifty. Now, Nifty, the supply on the higher side is obviously your highest high. There is no questions about this one, right? So this is the highest high which was formed around 18900. This is the high which was formed. Which was formed. All right. Uh, Now, Bank Nifty, what we talked about what did we talk about when we were talking about Bank Nifty? So, Bank Nifty, if you see again, this is the demand zone which we were focusing on, and here I had clearly told you about the weakness in Bank Nifty, and the weakness started to show up quite immediately on the next day itself. So the previous video, I made a previous video here where I was talking about how some candle like this can form, all right, because it was already weak and it was already pushing lower. The US markets were already extended, and then on the next day there was a breakdown and a very solid move till the low. All right, now when this move happened, if you are a regular viewer of the channel, you should already you should be able to see how this could have unfolded. This is the supply area right here. All right, this area is the supply area, and now my demand area is this area. So to simplify these levels, how am I finding these levels for you? We'll just mark the bases in Bank Nifty. This is base number 1. All right, this is base number 2 here. So this is base 2, and now there is a current base which is being formed, which is base number, let's say base 3. The numbering doesn't really matter here. All right, so these significant areas of contraction, when one of these are broken out, that is when you will see that the price is shifting to a newer base, either here or maybe here on the upside. All right, so very clear levels in Bank Nifty. You don't have to second guess any hourly levels, any trend lines, or any of that stuff. We have very clear levels here. I'll also write down the level for you guys. This is 43,400. All right, this one right here is 43,400. This level right here, and this high is obviously very clear, and this high is 44,100. Let's see. This is basically 44,000. All right, so 44k is the level here. So this is a very solid range in which Bank Nifty has been trading. Any breakout on either side will lead to another move here. Now, obviously, can I tell where will it break out? Maybe not, because it has already been. It is actually bullish here because of the demand zone and the. Just a second. I'll mark the EMA as well. All right, it's already bullish because of the demand zone here and the EMA as well, but it's not really trying to push through this level here. All right, so we'll wait for a solid break and retest for another sort of up move. But another thing which I want to share with everyone is IndusInd Bank. All right, this is a very strong bank on the monthly charts as well. It is trying to push through this area of monthly supply. All right, and it is trying to also push through this daily supply right here. So this is much stronger than Bank Nifty. This is my area of demand, this entire bigger base. Now if this pulls back and starts to push up, I will definitely buy into IndusInd Bank. All right, so IndusInd Bank is one of the banks which I am watching. Obviously this is not a recommendation. You buy at your own risk. I am only talking about some studies which I personally do. All right, so let's look at a few more indices. Let's look at the global indices here. All right. So Nasdaq is trading inside a range. This is your demand, and this level is your supply. All right. I'll go to the hourly charts and I'll show you guys. It's quite similar to I think Bank Nifty here. All right, because if you see Bank Nifty is also trading inside this tight range. Obviously, it's far from the highs. Nasdaq is much closer to the highs, but the range is quite similar. All right, so this is my base here, base 1. You can use this as base 2, and this is your current base here. All right, next level in Bank Nifty is this entire structure. So usually in bases, what happens is the cumulative volume which happens inside this area is much higher. So the participation in the base is much higher. That is why these moves can get filled instantly, while a base takes many attempts to break. So I'll add an indicator and I'll show you guys. Let's just look at this one. All right. Okay, so it's not. All right, let's look at this one. Just for an overview. All right. Okay, this is not working. So again, if you guys have any access to volume profile, you can use it on Zerodha. You will see that whenever there is a base, there are volume spikes here in the volume profile, and whenever there's a big move, the volume is generally less. So this basically means that more volume is being traded inside a base, because obviously price is spending much more time. So these prices have much more value compared to a move like this, where each price is probably being traded once, twice, or a very few times. All right. So this is why bases are important. So Nasdaq, I've already told you the levels here. Dow Jones on the other hand, if you see, now this is weak. So if you see here, this is a breakdown below this level. How am I marking this level? Again, this is my base which led to this breakout, and then there's a pullback and then a continuation. So this is a very strong area of demand, and we slowly and steadily creep into this level here, and finally a break. So Dow can actually push through into this level very easily. All right, so keep this on watch for Dow as well. Let's talk about Nifty small cap as well. Nifty small cap is back to base. So I was talking about this base in my server, but this was very extended. So currently I'm using this entire area for my reference point. This is also very close, so this area might give you some sort of buying opportunities in Nifty small cap stocks. All right, last time I also talked about this level. It's the same level. This is 10,400. This is 10,400 level right here. All right, so these are the levels for the major indices in India and across the world as well. I hope you guys learned something new. If you're still sticking around, kindly like the video. It helps with the algorithm and helps with the motivation to keep making these. And I hope you guys end up with some good trades soon. All right, have a good weekend.